Welcome to the channel, everybody. This is Hardware Despair. My name is Ryan, and today we are playing Unreal World. This is our Hurt, Helpless, and Afraid Winter Challenge. Here we go. And we are actually about halfway through the midwinter. We're 2 weeks away from midwinter point, I should say. About 3 weeks. Day 5. Actually, no, day 5 of the second week. Yeah. So we're getting there. We're on our way, which is good news because we have a lot of food. We did just finished a big trade. Well, it wasn't big, but it was big for our level where we're at, relatively speaking. We got a fine hunting bow and a bunch of arrows. I think we started with 18, but I've already lost several trying to hunt an elk, which we failed to get, but that's okay because still got plenty of food. It's a beautiful morning. It's early, but I think we're going to go out and try and hunt. Now, again, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, in the winter time like this, the big game is kind of few and far between on the world map. Oh, I'm chilly too. I need to watch my warmth. We might have to start a fire real quick. Let's do that. But yeah, so we have to be very observant, look out for the animals that are around us and stuff. But if we don't find any, well, we just don't. Sometimes that happens. There we go. There's a tree. Hello, Mr. Tree. Let's take some branches off. Then I'm going to cut it down. Then we're going to actually start that fire. There we go. All right, now we'll start it, and I'll probably just sit here and rest for a little while just to get warm. There we go. Okay, now we can see a little bit. Actually, you know what? Let me sleep. Yeah, there we go. Now it's much better. Now we can see a lot better. I'm warm. The sun is up. Things will go much better now. All right, let's cross this forest. Try and get into the open, flat areas here as much as possible. Because if we find an elk, oh gosh, we're cool already. If we find an elk, it's not necessarily even something we can hunt if it's not in the right location, As we found, whoa, what's that? Okay, so there's a person right there on the map. I don't know if you can see that. Look. Let's go to there. There you go. See it right there? It says you see a distant human-shaped figure. Now, this is could be positive or negative. So, honestly, this could be a quest giver who asks us to take him to a village nearby. I just know that from experience. Or it could be like a hunter or just somebody who's just neutral, basically, and won't attack us. Or it could be robbers. And it's hard to tell. Actually, I think it's near impossible to tell from the world map, so you have to be prepared for it. I'm going to bet on the fact that this is probably the quest giver. I don't know for sure, but I'd say, okay, it's a vagabond hunter. That's good. Now, that sounds a little bit intimidating maybe, but that's not it. It would say like robber, or I can't remember what it says when the person's hostile, but this guy's okay. We're just going to go up to him, hit Shift plus C to chat with him. Let's greet him, say, hey, how are you? Pretty well. All right, let's go back and see. He's not a quest giver. He didn't ask us for anything. So what I might do is ask him for help or company. See that? H, ask help / company. Let's see. So I'm going to say, I'd like to hire a helping hand. Interested? Okay, he is interested. He says, that's fine with me. I can come. But he's prepared. He says, just be prepared to reward his services. So he's going to want to be paid for his work. But let me think if he has all the equipment he might need. No, he doesn't. He wants more food. So there's like essentially what you can picture this as. Each time you hire somebody like this, there's going to be two costs. The upfront cost, they're almost always going to want some food right away. And then after they've like gotten ready to leave, they're going to ask you to pay them again. And you can, at that point, you can just give them anything you want. You can give them a weapon, you can give them more food, but initially there's always a food cost right up. So we could either say yes or no, basically. And I'm going to say yes, because we're going to take this guy along with us. He'll just basically hang out with us for a while, for like the next 4 days or so, and we can ask him to chop down trees, or he can go hunting with us. It's actually really nice. So I'm going to tab all the way down to the bottom, and I'm just going to give him about 8 pieces of food. There. Now he says, I think I have everything I need to start working for you now. So boom, he's ready to go. So he'll follow us. Like I say, if I move this way and then turn around, he's going to be right there. I want to look at him again real close, see what he's got on him. So he's got a bear cut, 2 hand axes. Bro, why don't you trade me one of those? A knife, leather cord, squirrel fur. Okay, so he has no ranged weapons. He's strictly melee, which is fine. It's just he won't be as good a hunter. But he can cut down trees for us with those axes, so that's pretty huge, actually. Let's see here. What we ought to do, to be quite frank, is maybe find a spot for like a permanent cabin. I mean, I do want to keep my eyes open for food. We'll still look for elk and stuff, but let's look at the map real quick. So what I'd love to find is a spot over here, maybe by these rivers, because normally I don't do a lot of fishing in my playthroughs, but I think it'd be kind of cool to do that. Alternately, we could find a spot over here to the east where we would encounter the sea coast. We could do fishing there too, so that would be fun as well. There's also many, many lakes too, that if we just happen to settle near a lake, we could get fish as well. It's really up to us what we want. The best thing, I mean, I always, decide where I want to put my permanent settlement around is where I find the most flat land, to be honest, So if I find a huge territory, a flat area, I'll build a base there. That's what I'm looking for. So really, honestly, what we should be doing is exploring the unknown regions. The question now is what direction? I think I'm going to go up and to the east. So let me get up on the move a little bit, and I will bring you guys back when we discover something interesting. Okay, well, I found some interesting stuff. It's getting late, so it might be a little hard to see, but we'll spend some time over here in this area, I think, exploring. But there is a river right here, and we can see there's several places of flowing water still in the winter, which is great. One thing which would be cool would be to find where this river stops inland and if there's a way around it during the spring months. So I'd like to explore this river a bit more here. Also open up any kind of open flat land, which might be nearby. It's going to be harder as it gets dark, so we'll rest. But also, if we take a quick look at the map here, you can see, so I actually made a huge move. So most of my trip, I just went ahead and ran during the night. So you can see I didn't open up a whole bunch of territory. But over here, we've got the short line, coming from the area that we've explored. I explored a little bit around this settlement, but then I decided to head even farther up this direction. Let's see if I can't get up there. Yeah, because I want to get close to the purple. So you can see we've got the purple people over here just on the east side of this map. There's also one which is opened up. So if you let them, they will start to spread out. And that's why it's good to take the fight to them. You know what I'm saying? Start attacking their home bases, which is my ultimate goal. So I'd like to build a base in this area, which is close to these people, but also within trading distance of some of the cultures here, like these green guys. They're actually decent to trade with. So that's my goal, is to find a nice location here possibly around this river. But although we're extremely tired and we're walking around in snow right now, so I'm not, there we go. Okay, we're able to sleep. Let's eat and drink. Like I said, I'm going to keep exploring. I'm going to focus on the river for now. Oh, we're crawling. I think I need to sleep a little bit more. There we go. All right, so yeah, because in the spring and summer, we can't just walk back and forth over the river, obviously. We have to cross it somehow. Which is why it's so key to find good crossing locations. And oh, look at this. Look how many rivers there are branching off here. Wow. See, this would be a difficult spot in the warmer months to try and cross, because you got to get in and out of the water, or you're going to need to carry a boat with you. Oh, look, there's an elk straight ahead, but I'm not going to worry about that because we're so far away from any campsite. And he's also in the deep woods right now, so he'd be very difficult to hunt. But you can see, I bet you, honestly, this location might be where the rivers all find their source, this big lake. And so if I were to look around here long enough, wow, we might run into the enemy village, which would not be good. We got to be very careful in this area. But you can kind of see where all these rivers take their start from. And then they move downward to the coast. I bet you if we follow this one south far enough, we'll hit the coast. Maybe that's worth trying too. Since we found the headwaters, now it's time to find the outlet, I guess. Okay, well, it is time for our companion to leave us. He didn't do much. He just kind of followed us around, kind of like a bodyguard, essentially, which was good. It was nice to have him. But he wants to have a few things just to make him happy. So I'm just going to give him a little bit more food. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. I'm going to chat with him. And now I'm going to go to deliver an item. And I say, I have something for you. And like I say, I'll just give him, let's try 5 pieces. Okay, no, it says we're still not even, so I have more for him then. I'll just give him the rest. No, he wants more. Wow, he's a greedy guy. Let's do 5 more. We're still not even, just a few more things. I get maybe the meat isn't all that impressive to him. Okay, wow. Jeez Louise. I don't have anything else to give him except bow or an arrow, but I'm not doing that. Okay, now we are even. Better late than never. There you go, bud. So now we can just safely leave him alone. He'll exit the map, go his own way. But he stuck with us for a long time. I need to get some fire going. We're actually cold. So that's what I'm doing right now on the map. Let's see here. Push. Yeah. It's actually... I've been doing a lot of good exploring. I'll show you the map here in a second once I get this fire started. There we go. All right, just need to rest a little bit. Beautiful. Okay, now we're sweating a lot and stuff. Let's zoom out because we are going to go exploring. I think he's still hanging around. There we go. Okay, so here we are. Now, if we zoom in a little bit, you can see there is another enemy area that we discovered down below, which kind of sucks. There's the first river we explored right there in this location, but we're actually up here now exploring another river, and you can see that we're starting to see part of the coast. So this is like a natural bay right here, and this city, for instance, is right on the edge of that bay. And that's what I'm doing up here is actually I'm starting to notice there's a lot of good flat land around here. So let's get into the local or the world map a little bit more and kind of open some of this dark patch up. I love the river that's here. There's plenty of flowing water. It's a little hard to cross in the spring and summer, but you can find natural points where it's kind of like you can just wade across the river instead of having to swim or use a boat. So that's really handy, but there's no real way to know where they are in the winter. You really have to do that kind of exploration in the warmer months. But at this point, I'm kind of checking both sides of the map here and there. Now, there is another human being right there, but I'm not going to bother with any more people for now. For one thing, we don't have much food. I've only got 47 pieces left, and I don't want to give it away. So let's just keep exploring here. Let's see. Yep, the rivers are starting to, looks like they're coming to a head here too. Well, quite possibly. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell, but I'm going to keep looking. Oh boy. Of course, it gets, there's so little daylight in the winter months. That's what really sucks about exploring. It's great because you can go over the water with no problem, but the days are so short that you don't have a lot of time. Oh my God, I'm discovering these little villages of the enemy everywhere I go. Look, there's another one popped up right there. I was just thinking this is a really great place, but I'm going to have to establish this base and then probably go on the offensive very early, which will be cool to watch, but yeah, that's something we got to take care of. Well, 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 check this out. We've got an elk right in front of us here. Maybe this is a lucky spot for us to build our first shelter here. Let's go on the offensive and try and get this elk. If we're successful, then I'll just build the shelter like wherever we kill it. We'll see how that goes, but we're good. It's early morning. I just woke up. Well, it's late morning, I should say. Let's go for him. Now, he's right by the woods. That's true, but if we're lucky... Oh, crap, he just disappeared. Don't tell me he's gone forever. Hold on, let's go in there. Let's look for him. If I can get him drawn out into the open marshland, that would be awesome. Let's just see here if I can't find his tracks or something. He should be around. Also, you can alternately pop back in and out just to see if he's returned. But, ooh, let me stay hidden. Yeah, got a stealth. There's a bird, just ruined my stealth. Dang, here's the edge of the forest. Well, maybe this isn't a lucky spot. I'll keep looking around. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. If I find him, yeah, of course, we'll go on the offensive, try and get him. Okay, well, I found a location on the map which I like. It's not necessarily where we're going to build our final base, but it's a good spot, I think, to set up a temporary shelter up here. So if I do catch something and kill it, at least we're prepared. So I'm going to go ahead. As you can see, I've got the shadow of it created. It's not done yet, but I'm going to go ahead and make some water, or drink some water, I should say, eat a little bit. Then we're going to go to sleep here. Oh yeah, he's collapsed now. Dude's ready for bed. It's the early morning too, actually. So we're totally off on our schedule. Yeah, I just slept all through the day. But anyway, let's go ahead and repeat here. Finish this. Very good. Okay, so now we've got a shelter. I'm gonna drop, yeah, all my firewood off here. We'll keep that for later. Let's see. Everything else we're taking with us. This is just our shelter for now. I'm also going to mark this spot on my map. We're going to say Camp 3. So this is the third camp we've created. Very good. That'll help us find it as we move around. And I think it's probably advisable before we do any real big hunting to go hit up the forest, which is close by. So this is it. As you can see, there's this little bay here, which leads down to the actual bigger ocean. This will all thaw out too, of course, in the warmer months. This will be water. But we have access to the flat land here, and of course this opens up into a lot bigger flat land just north of us, as you can see. It goes along the river, so I like that little hunting ground area. But this one is pretty nice, and also there's forest right by here. So what I want to do is maybe go around looking for some saplings that we can turn into cordage. Because before we do any real hunting, we're going to need to be able to dry the meat. Okay, so I've got a decent amount now. I went out and I collected about a dozen or so. So I've got 24 of the 4-foot cords and plus another 4 random ones here. So I'm going to just go ahead and drop all those. Boom. Don't need them on me. I'll keep them at the shelter. Perfect. So if we get something, even a piece of big game, we'll probably be able to dry all of it. So we're going to go ahead and sleep, and that'll be our goal for the morning, is to do a little hunting. Okay, well, here we go. We have found an elk. He is out in the open. We're a little ways from our campsite, but that's okay. We can always bring him back. Or build one right here. It doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and go for him, though. I've eaten. I'm fully rested. I've got my bow and arrow in hand and ready to go. So it's time to approach this sucker. Now, there's a lot of forest around here, so I'd like to actually hit this guy. Oh, it's a female. Okay. Yeah, it would be great if I could actually get an arrow in her and make it a crippling shot. Let's do it. Of course, we missed. Oh, okay, so she's running. Let's go ahead and chase after her for a little while. Okay, now I'm going to hide. And hopefully I come across the arrow. Let's see, let's wield another arrow. So I'm ready to go to shoot at her. Where the hell did she go? There's the arrow. I don't know if there's her tracks. Okay, perfect. So that's good. Let's grab that. Okay, there she is. Let me look at her real quick. Now, obviously, she's not injured, but I wanted to see her. She's a little fatigued. All right. Can I? Oh, I forgot to pick up the arrow. I wonder if I can get her close enough to shoot at her again. Okay. Oh, she sees me. Oh, she is running towards me. All right, this might be a decent shot. This is a good range. Come on now. Yes, we hit her. What did we do? Suffering from a minor puncture in the right shoulder. It is walking lame. That is huge. All right, I'm going to run. Chase her for a little while. See, we still can't catch her, so we still need to go ahead and hide, preserve our endurance. I'm going to wield an arrow real quick. So I'm ready to go, and I'm going to keep following her tracks now. All right, very good. Let's see if there she is. All right, let's look at her again. Like I said, always keep a close eye on your prey. Let's see, where's she at? She's still slightly fatigued. All right, her injury's still the same. She does see me, so I'm going to cautiously kind of move to her side. Maybe try and hide a little bit here. No. All right, I'm going to try another approach and see if I can. Okay, she's running. Let's shoot her. Boom, we got her again. Let's see where at. Suffering from a puncture in the right shoulder and a serious puncture in the right hind limb. It is limping. Okay. Now, let's chase it. Ooh, she is having some real trouble now. Yeah, we can almost keep up with her. In fact, we are basically keeping up with her. All right, I'm going to hide because I want to preserve my energy, remember. I'm also, I think at this point, I'm going to go ahead and wield the stone axe because we're going to get into melee with this sucker. The only thing that would stop us now is if she got into the trees at this. But even at this point, she's breathless. I can guarantee it. Let's take one last look at her. Okay, you can see that she is breathless, like I said. Now, another point to note, another note to point out is that she is carrying 2 arrows. Once we kill her, I'll be able to retrieve those arrows, and we'll have those back. We can reuse them. But anyway, let's finish this off. I'll go ahead and zoom in because I think it's safe now. Yep, she doesn't even see me. I'm right behind her, and I'm still hidden. And let's hit her with our stone axe. Of course, blunt to the head. Oh, we dropped it. We are pretty tired ourselves. You can see I'm at 49, so the melee might be a little awkward here, but it's good practice, you know. I'm going to go ahead and hit her again with the blunt in the head. Oh, nice. We got her. She fell prone. She's still conscious, but she can't stand up anymore, so I'm going to try hitting her some more. I'm just going to repeat the blows. There she is. Now she's unconscious. Okay. So I'm going to hit her again. This time it's blunt to the skull. There. Oh, and she's dead. We did it, folks. We got her. All right. So I'm going to pick up my arrows. Beautiful. So we've got those. I'm going to go ahead and take the stone axe out of my hand and get an arrow equipped just so we're ready. Now, we're good. We're comfortably warm. It's noon. Let's skin this carcass. Let's do it. There we go. Okay, good. Now I'm going to go ahead and butcher her. Actually, let me eat and drink first real quick. And I should probably rest. Yeah, because our total is at 84%. Let's go ahead and rest. Oh, okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and butcher. Good. All right, pick up the bones. And we can actually move with the full amount of meat. See, some animals are bigger than others. Some are smaller. And obviously, if you have a person who's not really strong, then you won't be able to move with as much meat either. But we can carry, with what we've got, all 200 pounds, plus the skin itself, which is 21 pounds, and, of course, 8 pounds of bones. There have been times where what I'll do is I'll pick everything up like this, and if I still can't move, like I just have too much meat, I'll drop it on the world map here, and I'll leave a mark, and I'll run it home. I'll run the rest of it home and drop that stuff off, and then I'll come back and try and pick it up before it goes bad. It's risky doing that because, you know, as I've mentioned many times, travel over the world map really helps pass time quickly. So your meat is going to spoil much faster if you're moving across the world map. But real quick, let me go ahead and get a drink, fill my water bowl up, and we're going to head home to our new home, I should say, and process some meat, just what we needed. Okay, here we are back at camp, and I've got the skin. I went ahead and cleaned it, so I've got the first step done. Now we're going to go ahead and tan the skin. I like to take care of the skin either first or in tandem with the meat itself, but I always do this first, get the skin going. All right, this is a big job. With this elk skin, it's 20-pounder. Like, yeah, this is one of the biggest skins, if not the biggest skin in the game, so it takes a while for each step. But we're weary. We've got a nice fire going. I'm going to eat, and I'm going to rest this out, and in the morning, we're going to keep working. Okay, well, we had a good night's rest. We're full, well, almost full, and the skin is still not ready yet, so what I'm going to do is actually dry some of our meat, because I've still got almost 200 pieces on us. Now, one person reminded me, and I knew this in the past, but I hadn't been doing it, but you can maximize your cordage by just doing 19 pieces if you want to min-max and not waste cordage per the meat. So if you do it in each batches of 19 each like this, it's best here. So we need 10 feet. So even if I wanted to min-max more, I could adjust some of the cordage too, so it was at the perfect length. But either way, it's going to be okay. I'm not really worried about wasting too much cordage, so I think I will just go ahead and dry up large batches of it. Yeah, I'm just going to do the maximum we have. There we go. Because I can always go get more spruce withes. Since these have been added to the game, Yeah, it's not so hard to get cordage anymore. It used to be only cloth cordage was the only available thing. And that was tougher because you already had to have skins or use your clothing for it. Anyway, I'm going to continue this hide now. Let me go ahead and eat real quick. You can see we're down to 129 pieces of raw meat, so that's good. I might actually roast some of these because look at how little we have of the dried meat left. I've only got 10 pieces left. We literally got this elk in the nick of time. Not even joking. Let me go ahead and roast some of this too. Yeah, because we're going to want to have that ready for us. There we go. All right, now, let's see here. I don't want to waste too much time because that meat will burn. So I'm just going to go cut down a tree while I wait instead of working on the hide, in other words, because that hide will take like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I'm just going to grab some more firewood for later tonight. And now the meat should be good. Whoops. Yeah, that's probably finished. Yep, there we go. Let's grab it all. And now we can work on the skin. So Shift H. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, fire went out. No big deal. We're still warm. Gorgeous. It's middle of the day. I'm going to take a drink. There we go. Yeah, so while we're waiting here for the rest, or that, what's it called? The skin to finish, we're going to go ahead and dry out the rest of this meat. Here we go. Just doing a maximum amount. Got plenty of cordage here. Not too worried. There we go. Beautiful. Let's do another batch. 69 cuts we're down to. Okay. Might need some more cordage, but we'll see. Also, real quick, I'm going to drop the bones I'm carrying because I don't want to keep these with me forever. Yeah, they're too heavy. Well, once we get dogs, we'll feed the bones to the dogs. That's what they're handy for. I don't think you can do anything else with them. I don't think there's any crafting. I might be wrong on that. He might have added some bone crafting and stuff. I don't know, but let's keep drying. We're down to 19 cuts. That's perfect. So let's get those, and boom, we got just enough. Wow, we got like a tiny little piece of cordage left. And that's it. Yeah, one single 4-foot piece left. That's awesome. All right, we're set. I probably now, let's see how much longer we have here. Yeah, late evening. So I've got the rest of the day. I should go find more cordage because I'm going to want to kill more animals. You know, I'm not going to wait for 24 days to go hunting again before that stuff is finished. So I'm going to go around and cut down some more of these spruce saplings, get a whole nother batch of cordage going. It's easier if you do it in the forest. So we'll move a little bit over here. Not quite deep enough into the forest. There we go. Yeah, so you can see, look, I start right next to one right here. So if I just run around, like I said, pick up a dozen or so of these, that's usually enough for a good full-size elk. But anyway, guys, our next hunting trip is going to have to wait for tomorrow's episode. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoy the content, consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps grow the channel. I thank you for that. Check the description down there for Discord if you'd like to stay tuned to all my live streams or the newest series that I'll be doing. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Hey everybody, thanks for watching, and now check out this fan art by a couple of my Discord members, Finn and Vita. It's pretty good, and I love the cuttlefish.